He had money. He had success. He had everything people dream about. But every night, he couldn't sleep because his mind wouldn't stop. This is the story of a man who built an empire but couldn't control his own thoughts, and the moment that changed everything. His name was Vikram, 35 years old, business owner, successful by every measure. Big house, expensive car. Respect in his community. People looked at him and thought, he has it all. But what they didn't see was what happened when he was alone. The racing thoughts, the endless worrying, the what-ifs that never stopped. What if the business fails? What if I lose everything? What if people find out I'm not as smart as they think? Every success brought temporary relief, but within hours, the anxiety returned. Stronger than before. He worked harder, made more money, achieved more goals, thinking, once I have enough, I'll finally have peace. But peace never came, because the problem wasn't outside. It was inside. One night Vikram sat in his study. Papers everywhere. Laptop glowing, phone buzzing with messages. But he couldn't focus. His heart was racing, his breath shallow. The thoughts were screaming now. You're going to lose it all. You're not good enough. Everyone's going to see through you. He stood up, walked to the window, looked out at the city lights. From the outside, he had everything. But inside, chaos. He grabbed his keys, left the house. Drove with no destination, just away. He ended up on the edge of the city. A quiet road. Empty fields. Stars visible for the first time in years. Epo de Ober got out of the car and just stood there, in the silence. But even in the silence, his mind was loud. Then he saw a small light in the distance. A tiny house, a candle in the window. He walked toward it. The door was open. Inside, an old man sat on the floor. Simple room. No furniture, just one candle. The old man looked up, smiled gently. You look tired, he said. Vikram almost laughed. I am... From what? From everything. From trying. From thinking. From never being able to stop. The old man nodded, gestured to the floor. Sit. Vikram sat down across from him. You have everything you wanted, the old man said. It wasn't a question. How did you... I can see it in your eyes. You're not hungry for success. You're exhausted from having it. Vikram felt something crack inside. Then why can't I enjoy it? Why does my mind keep attacking me? The old man looked at the candle between them. Do you see this flame? He asked. Vikram nodded. Can you control it? What do you mean? Can you make it burn brighter? Can you make it move left or right? Can you tell it when to flicker? No. It's just a flame. Exactly. The old man's eyes met his. Your mind is the same. You don't control it. You never did. Vikram frowned. But I need to control it. That's the problem. If I could just control my thoughts. That's exactly your problem, the old man interrupted gently. You've spent your whole life trying to control your thoughts. And what happened? Vikram was silent. They got louder, stronger, more persistent. The old man leaned forward. You're fighting a war you cannot win. Because the enemy isn't your thoughts. The enemy is the belief that you need to control them. Vikram stared at the candle. So what do I do? Just let them destroy me? No, the old man said softly. You stop fighting them. You watch them, like you watch this flame. He pointed at the candle again. The flame moves. It flickers. Sometimes it burns bright, sometimes dim. But you don't panic. You don't try to control it. You just observe. Your thoughts are the same. They come. They go. They scream sometimes, but they're not you. Vikram felt tears in his eyes. But they feel so real, so urgent. Because you give them power, the old man said. Every time you fight a thought, you feed it. Every time you panic about having a thought, you make it stronger. He placed a hand on Vikram's shoulder. You have everything you need on the outside, but you gave your mind the power to take it all away. Not because your mind is bad, but because you believed you had to control it. Vikram sat there, shaking. For the first time in years, he wasn't trying to fix his thoughts. He was just feeling them. The fear, the anxiety, the doubt. And something strange happened. When he stopped fighting, they started to quiet. Not disappear, but lose their grip. You already have control, the old man whispered. Not over your thoughts, but over what you do when they come. You can have the thought, I'm going to fail, and still take action. You can have the thought, I'm not enough, and still show up. The thought doesn't have to stop you, unless you give it that power. Vikram drove home that night. The thoughts were still there. What if this doesn't work? What if I'm fooling myself? But this time he didn't panic. He just noticed them, like clouds passing in the sky. And he kept driving. Over the next weeks, he practiced. Not controlling his mind, but watching it. When anxiety came, he acknowledged it. There's anxiety. And then he moved forward anyway. When doubt came, he observed Italiano. There's doubt. And then he acted despite it. Slowly, he realized something profound. He didn't need a quiet mind to live well. He just needed to stop believing that his thoughts were orders. Thoughts are not commands. They're suggestions. And you get to choose which ones you follow. The man who had everything finally found peace, not by controlling his mind, but by letting it be while living anyway. Vikram still has anxious thoughts. He still has doubts, still has fears. But they don't control him anymore, because he learned the truth. You don't need control over your mind. You just need to stop giving it control over your life. The thoughts will come. Let some, and then move forward. Anyway, if this story made you realize something about your own mind, hit like. Share it with someone who's struggling with their thoughts. And subscribe for more stories that help you find peace within chaos. Because the life you want isn't on the other side of a quiet mind. It's on the other side of action, despite the noise.